Students, now open your books on page number 19. Line number 2. First paragraph. Most people agree that tea is a refreshing drink. It contains no carbohydrate, fat or proteins. What gives tea its special and distinctive flavor is theanine as well as caffeine, which give the drink its stimulating quality. How and when did people first began to drink tea? An amusing story has come down to us from Chinese legend. It is said that Emperor Shennong, the father of Chinese agriculture and medicine, was on his travels. When a servant was boiling some water for the emperor to drink, just then a few leaves from a nearby tree blew into the boiling water. The water immediately changed color. On drinking the water, the emperor was amazed by the rich flavor and the refreshing quality of the resulting infusion. Excited by the unknown plant and its amazing flavor, he carried out further investigations and discovered that tea had many healing and restorative properties and could also be used as an antidote to certain poisons. Yet another legend tells us that it was a Buddhist monk named Bodhidharma who was the first to use tea as a drink. He was keen to find a herb or a medicinal plant which would help him stay awake and alert for long periods of time in prayer and meditation. After considerable search and trial, he found that chewing leaves from a tea shrub acted as a stimulant, helping him stay awake. It was he who introduced tea among his disciples in China. It is said that Japanese priests studying under Buddhist teachers in China carried tea seeds and leaves back home with them. Turkish traders also began to bargain for tea on the border of Mongolia. In fact, the story goes that Chinese Emperor Huizeng was so taken up with tea that he set up a research into the best tea whisking methods and also hosted tea making and tea tasting tournaments in the court. So tea-minded was he that he failed to notice the Mongolia had actually taken over the empire. Thus, the habit of drinking tea spread to Japan, Europe and England, where it became a fashionable and popular drink among the people. Yes, new words here again. Stimulating. You may have come across again this word in the science, stimulator. Stimulating. Stimulating means in Marathi we can come to know this meaning. Yes, uttejak asne. Yes, stimulating means rousing or quickening. Quickening activity. Stimulating means rousing and quickening activity or senses. In Marathi, it will be better to know. Uttejak. Yes, theanine and caffeine, these are the contents of tea. Again, being the students of science, You have studied in 7th science. What is the main content of tea powder? That is caffeine. That was the answer. Theanine and caffeine, these are the distinctive also flavors that tea has. Amusing, amusing is a cause of laughter and smile. Manoranjak, amusing, surprising, amusing. Another new word, amazed, again, means surprised. Healing, to heal means to get cure, but here healing means process of making it will be process of making healthy again. Means if you are wounded, you are hurt, then there is a wound, it takes time for healing. You may have heard this type of the same word. This healing is the process of making healthy again. Healing and restorative. This is the restorative. Restorative, re is the prefix. Again, store again is restorating. Restorative here. Restorative is able to bring back. Here re is the prefix. Restore, store again. Bring back. Able to bring back means to bring back again. So restorative here is related to the health, therefore restorative is able to bring back health. Yes, one new word is antidote. Antidote, again it is related with the science and pharmacy. Antidote means remedy. Remedy against or cure for. उतारा म्हणतो आपण त्याला, शब्द असला त्याचा उतारा काय. That is antidote. And again, keen. He was a keen learner, or he was keen to find means eager. He was eager to find. Disciples. You may have gone with these words. Shishya, disciples. Bargain here means ready for. We bargain for something at the shop of the hawkers or at the hawkers, means we are actually ready to buy but want that vegetable or that thing in particular money. We use that time word bargain. whisk. Yes, whisking. Whisking means beat or stir with light and rapid movements. With the rapid and light and rapid movements. Beat and stir. This whisking is done, or it is the treatment of the leaves which are plucked and dried. After that they are whisked, means beating or stirring with the light and rapid movement, so that the dust or which is there on the leaves may go away, to make that tea powder of good quality. Therefore, the whisking is there. Yes, here are some new words and some confusing words were whisking, bargain, restorative, amusing, amazed, and the word stimulating. Stimulating, rousing or quickening activity or senses. It is not with the physical movement, it is with the senses. So many times we feel very fresh when we sip a cup of tea. Yes, most people agree that tea is refreshing drink. It contains no carbohydrate, fats or proteins. Then what gives tea? Its special and distinctive flavor is thinner and caffeine. These are the contents which give to the drink its stimulating quality. Now, the question is, how and when did people first begin to drink tea? There are two stories. First story is related with the Emperor of China, and second is related with the monk of Buddhism, Bodhidharma. In first story, we see the Emperor Shennong, who is also called as the father of Chinese agriculture and medicine, was on his travel. When servant was boiling water for him, anyhow, with the breeze of air, the leaves of particular tree fell into that bowl, and as the water was kept for boiling, the water along with those leaves was boiling, and that boiling water infused the color of the leaves, and the water immediately changed the color. But on drinking that water, the emperor was surprised by the rich flavor and refreshing quality of the resultant infusion, means the solution which was prepared because of those leaves and boiling water. He was very excited with this unknown plant and its amazing, surprising flavor. He carried further investigation. He was the emperor. When there is anything in the mind of emperor, it has to take its action. And so he immediately given the order, and there was the investigation and discovery of the tea. And with the quality which were investigated by the emperor, the tea had healing and restorative properties. This was discovered by his people. And also the third quality they found, first quality, it was healing, second is it was restoring, and third, it was found as an antidote to the certain poison. Antidote, उतारा, विषावरचा, विशिष्ट विषावरचा उतारा सुद्धा आहे चहा. Yet another story tells us that it was the Buddhist monk Bodhidharma who was first to use the tea as a drink. He was very eager to find a herb or a shrub or a plant or a medicinal plant which will help to stay him awake and alert. Awake and alert. Not only awake, but at the same time alert. So, what is the meaning of stimulating? Stimulating is rousing or quickening activity or senses. That stimulating character was there in the tea, which could help him to be awake and alert. He was in search of that type of the plant. After considerable search and different trials, he found chewing from the leaves of the tea shrubs acted as a stimulant, helping him to stay awake. It was he who, the Buddhist monk, what is the name of him? Bodhidharma. That monk, it is said that it was he who introduced tea among his Chinese disciples, the disciples in China. It is said that Japanese priests who were studying under Buddhist teachers in China carried tea seeds and leaves back home with them in Japan. Turkish traders also bargained, means they were ready to buy the tea on the border of Mongolia. In fact, the story goes to the Chinese emperor Heizong. He was so taken up, he was so attracted with the subject of tea that he set up his research, and in that research they had the best whisking methods. Whisking here means beat or stir with the light and rapid movements. Because of that, the dust on the dried leaves or any impurity on the dried leaves may take away. So, he made research into the best tea whisking method. Also, he hosted tea making, different way of making tea, and tea tasting tournaments, where in his court he was totally taken up with the idea of the tea. And what was the result? It says, so tea-minded was he that he failed, he was unable to notice that Mongolia, neighboring country, had taken over his empire. So, he was taken up by the activities in tea. Thus, the drinking of tea spread to Japan, Europe and England, where it became fashionable and popular drink among the people.